Hey everybody, so tonight I'm going to be making a new recipe in my Ninja Speedi. This is actually one of the recipes that is in the quick start guide that you get with your Ninja Speedi. So we are going to be making some Greek chicken meatballs with orzo and zucchini. I will tell you right off the bat, I did not have any just regular panko breadcrumbs. I had some Italian style breadcrumbs. But nonetheless, I do have pretty much everything ready to go. There is your 2 medium zucchini that it calls for. It says to cut them up lengthwise, in half lengthwise I should say. But we're not to that part yet. Those will be added in at the very last part of your step 1 or level 1 right here. And so we're going to move over to the Speedi so that we can place all of the level 1 ingredients in it. Alright, so we are ready to assemble the level 1 part of this recipe. So it calls for 1 box or 16 ounces of orzo pasta. And I've also never cooked with orzo pasta before either, so I'm assuming this is going to be just perfect. So go ahead and get that in here. And that's 16 ounces is what it says. So, and that's exactly 1 whole little box. And then it also says 4 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock, whichever one you prefer. I just so happen to get the chicken stock at my store. And it is 4 cups, so it's going to be this whole container. I really do enjoy the fact that you can do 1 pot meals more and less with this particular model. I think it's very convenient, especially when you can level it and do, like for instance, your pasta or your rice or whatever on the bottom part and then do your protein on the top. I think that's pretty neat. And so in addition to the 4 cups, you also do 8 ounces of whipped chive cream cheese. I found just regular chive and onion cream cheese. I did not find any whipped at my store. So I'm thinking that's not going to make a huge difference. I was thinking that spatula was going to work, but obviously that was a fail. So, leave that in there. The whipped is probably just going to be a little easier to maneuver in here, but for the sake of being able to just find it, I went with just the regular stuff. So, alright, so on top of that, 2 cups of fresh spinach, and I don't know if you can see that, but I do have 2 cups in here. So, you just throw that in there, kind of like so. And then your salt and pepper. But before you do salt and pepper, in step number 1, it says place all level 1 ingredients except for the zucchini in the pot and stir. So, let me grab a spoon. And so this is probably when the whipped cream cheese would come in a little handier, or more handy I should say, as far as just being able to get it mixed in there easier, but this seems to be doing pretty good. I did leave it out on my counter for just a little bit before I started making this recipe, so that probably softened it up just a little bit there, but nonetheless. And if you have a preference, you can probably chop up your spinach a little bit more. I just left it like that just for the sake of doing the video for the first time. And so that is it, minus the zucchini. So let me grab that because you just place it right on top of everything before you put the crisping tray on top. So And it just says, then place the zucchini on top of the pasta and season with salt and pepper. So I'm doing exactly just what it says here. Just kind of lay them all in here. So it smells already fantastic with the cream cheese just mixed in there. So we're almost ready to move on to the next part here. So we're just gonna like so. I got just a few more. I got one last little one. So, and I'm just gonna sprinkle salt and pepper to taste. That seems like a pretty decent amount to me. Ouch. Might look like a lot of pepper. We are a pepper family, so we kind of like it. Alright, now we're on to the level 2, which you're going to fold out your little legs on your crisping tray. And you're going to lay these, lay it in there on top of your zucchini pasta. And now we're going to move on to making our chicken meatballs. Alright, so we are ready to assemble the chicken meatballs. I'm on step 3 here of the directions. It says in a medium bowl, combine all level 2 ingredients. Using your hands, evenly portion the mixture into 12 meatballs, approximately 2 to 3 tablespoons each. And then we're going to place the meatballs on the tray. So, as far as level 2 and making the meatballs, you do 1 pound of ground chicken and salt. You can salt as desired. So, we're just going to kind of do a little shake there. And pepper. Gonna have a little bit of flavor. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And one container, which is 6 ounces of feta cheese crumbles. My container is 5 ounces. So, and then we do 1 large egg. And he's already ready to go here. Gotta have something to combine it, of course. And, whoopsie, we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of, it says olive oil, but we have avocado oil, so I'm sure any oil would be just fine. 1. Okay, there's those 2. And then in addition to that, you do half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And half a teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. And then your 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. But like I said, I have Italian breadcrumbs, so it's going to throw it off probably a little bit, hence the Greek theme with Italian breadcrumbs, but nonetheless. So now I'm just gonna start mixing, and yes, my hands are clean in case anybody's wondering. It smells really good too, just in case anybody's wondering. I know that sometimes the feta cheese can be a little overpowering, so if you are not a huge fan of feta cheese, I'm sure you can even do like half a container or so. So, this looks pretty well mixed. I'm going to move us back over to the Ninja Speedi so that I can just form the meatballs and put them directly on the tray over there. have to edit all this out right now because it's still just rolling. I just had chicken hands, so I didn't want to move the camera with chicken hands. All right, so here goes, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it as far as, you know, 2 to 3 tablespoons or whatever. So it's probably not going to make, obviously, your 12 meatballs that the recipe calls for, but like I said, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it a little bit. And I didn't pre-season my crisping tray or anything like that. I just went ahead and, it didn't call for it either in the recipe. It just says to, you know, put it on top of your pasta. Just kind of get a good, so I don't know, depending on how, it looks a little promising with my technique here of eyeballing. So, and obviously you can put them closer together if you feel like you need to put them closer. You can just kind of maneuver them however you think is best. Yeah, and I might have to just scoot them a little closer too. But we'll see. We'll see how this ends up here. And let them hang out together. I'm gonna get pretty close, it looks like. Oh, so you got a little guy right there. That's what I get for kind of eyeballing it. So it looks like I'm gonna end up with 10, which isn't horrible. This guy might, actually I'm gonna do, for the sake of it, I'm gonna just make it into 12 and just have these last two small. Yeah. Just for that sake. So obviously these smaller ones are gonna cook faster than the rest of the other ones, so. But okay, I'm gonna step away and wash my hands really quick, and then we'll get on to the cooking part. Alright, so now I'm ready. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Speedi here. And on step number 4, it says to close the lid and flip the smart switch to rapid cook. So I went ahead and did that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And we are doing Speedi meals, and we're going to set our temperature to 350 and set the timer for 10 minutes. So temperature, we're going to go down to 350 times. It's 10 minutes. And then, oops, sorry. Then press the start and stop to begin cooking. All right. And so there we go. It is cooking, and I will be back shortly when it is done. Alright, it literally just beeped saying that it was done. So, in the book, let me just get that out of the way really quick. Lift up the, wow. Well, there's your chicken meatballs right there. Those look absolutely amazing. So it does say in the recipe book to obviously move your chicken meatballs to a plate using using whatever method you prefer, but tongs are going to be best. I only have metal tongs here, so we're just going to move those right down here. And then it says that obviously you're going to remove the tray. Oops. So you can get to the other good stuff. Because you need to get to your pasta and your zucchini and all that. So. And I love the fact that it's pretty quick. Like once you have everything all assembled and ready to go, I mean, 10 minutes, that's great for me. I'm all for it. So yeah, obviously when you take this out, it's going to be very hot. So, and for the sake of being quick, just set that down in my sink. And then you see your zucchini on top of your pasta. And just step 5, when cooking is complete, transfer the meatballs, which I did. Then use the tongs to grab the, to remove the tray. Remove zucchini and stir the orzo to combine. And then serve orzo with meatball, zucchini, and tzatziki sauce. I don't have any of that sauce, but if you did, that's what you would add to the final touch. And so, just for the sake of having this plate here with my meatballs, I'm going to just put my zucchini on top of it, just to get it out of the pot. And then give it a nice stir. So yeah, a lot of new things. I've never really done, I haven't ever done much with zucchini. And then that orzo pasta, I've never cooked with that before. So, and this whole recipe is brand new. So yeah, but so far it looks really good. Which is also, it's always good when it looks good and smells good and, you know, all the above there. So, I feel like we're getting really close. And I want to make sure my pasta is done. I'm sure it is. But, you know, there's nothing worse than uncooked uncooked pasta. So, alright, I think from the looks of it, I got all my zucchini out. Yeah, that's just leftover spinach. So, I'm going to set that off to the side up there. And I'm going to give this a good stir. Oh, yeah. You can see all the steam coming off of it, maybe. But okay, I'm at least going to get a little taste of this directly out of the pot here. Oh yeah, that is definitely good. I will do up a plate for myself so that I can taste the chicken meatballs and the zucchini and all that together. So give me just a quick minute and I'll be back with that. Alright, so as I promised, here is going to be a bite of the zucchini and the chicken meatball. Obviously it's going to be hot though. With some of the pasta. It's delicious. I love it. It's probably one of my new favorites as well. I know I had said that there was another recipe that I did with the chicken bacon ranch mac and cheese, but this one is also a keeper. So yeah, that is how you cook the Greek chicken meatballs. with zucchini and orzo in your Ninja Speedi.